Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be doing an updated edit tutorial, 2025, whatever. My last tutorial was like 2 years ago, I think, and the way that I edit is definitely different now. I've learned new things. I just know how to do it a little bit more effectively now, and I've been having a few comments asking me for a tutorial, so I thought let's make it. So first thing you're gonna do obviously is record your edit. So I'm here in TTD3 and I'm going to show you guys like kind of how I record. First thing I do whenever I get into the game is I will always go to settings and search hide and then hide my player tags. That is legit my first step. Then I'll like take all this stuff down here and put it in my inventory so that way it's not down there and it's like out of my way. Then I'll find my spot wherever I want to record, which I don't even know. I don't even know where I want to record. This is always the hardest part. It used to be so easy, but now it's like I don't like any of the backgrounds. Like here it's like a huge castle in the back. Here is like the leaderboard. It's like just everywhere is just like not great. Maybe I'll do it like here. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, we'll do it here. Then I'll go up to my lighting editor and I don't know, I have a lot of things saved. So we'll see what I want to go with. Anyways, I guess this is fine. I guess this will do. So the edit that I'm recording has like camera movements, but I'm notoriously bad at doing camera movements. Like I'm just not very good at it. I either don't move it enough or I'm moving it too much. So instead, we're just gonna do my favorite thing ever. And we're gonna do the follow cam on the body. That is my favorite. So the dance is called Mine. Okay, but yeah, so we got her dancing. So just let it sit, let her do her thing. And then I'll see you guys in After Effects once I'm done. Okay, so I'm here in After Effects now and I made my composition and everything. Like you just name it whatever you want. And like these are my settings. I don't know if you want to like copy them or whatever, but this is just what I do. First thing you're gonna do is import all of your clips. So you can either go up to file and import and then file, or you can just go to your file explorer or like file whatever and drag them in, which is what I usually do. I usually just drag them in. Okay, so first thing I do is I put my audio in, the sound, and then I go down to waveform and I just usually it's like a little messed up, so I'll just like trim it down properly. It's like so I'll go to like the end of where the little spike noises are or whatever, and then I'll also go to the beginning and take that away. Oh, and to split your clip like this, sorry, I'm like going ahead of myself, it's Control-Shift-D or Command-Shift-D if you're on Mac, and then I just drag this back to the beginning, and then you'll just grab this little thing and drag it, and then right click and then trim comp to work area. Basic stuff, basic stuff, basic stuff. Then I'm just gonna watch this through and try to find all the beats. Okay, so I have my beats mapped out here, whatever, but I don't know if I really got it right. So a new thing that I've started doing is I'll do new solid and just a white solid, and then on my beats I'll split the solid on every beat, and then I'll just delete every other clip. And basically what this does is that on the beats it'll go from white to black, and it'll help you see, sorry, flash warning, oh my gosh, flash warning, it'll help you see if it's like on beat. Yeah, I ate. Okay, that's perfect. So I just use that to check if I'm ever unsure, because sometimes it's hard to like watch when it's hitting the beat marker. So it takes like 5 minutes to do that, I promise you. Then this is our clip. We're gonna drag it into the timeline and we're gonna drag it to where I want it to start. I think that's where it starts for the trend or whatever. This here, the reason I didn't keep like add beats here is because it repeats after this. So there's no need to put beats there if it's just gonna repeat. To bring up position and scale, just hit P and S on your keyboard. And if you want them to be together, because like if you hit just P and S, they only show up one at a time. So if you want them there together, you hit P and then Shift S, or you can do S Shift P, and then just drag these to wherever you want, whatever. And then you're gonna right click on your clip and press pre-compose, and you're gonna make sure that this bottom one is selected, and then you're gonna hit OK. You can also rename it if you want, but I never do. Then I just searched for Twixter over here in my effects panel, and I'm just gonna drag that on. Input frame rate, you're gonna change it to 60 or whatever frames per second your video is. Mine is 60. Then you're gonna hit the stopwatch next to speed and press U on your keyboard to bring up all of your keyframes. you're gonna drag this backwards one for keyframe from the beginning, and then you're gonna right click, and my settings for velocity are my speed at 120, and then you're gonna copy it with Control C and place the speed on every single keyframe marker. Okay, and then in the middle, this is a new way that I do my velocities though. In the middle, you're gonna go ahead and do 30. I don't always do it like this though, but we're gonna try it for now. You're gonna paste that keyframe, that 30 keyframe. This is the slow one. You're gonna paste it in the middle of each of your 120 keyframes. So now we're gonna change the graphs for these. So you're gonna drag and select all of these keyframes and press F9 on your keyboard, or you can right click and, oops, whoa, what am I doing? Right click and go to keyframe assistant and then easy ease, or you can do F9. And then you're gonna open this. This is your graph editor, and you're gonna just edit these graphs. Click this graph type button down here and go to the speed graph. So this is what I usually edit. I just like kind of drag them in like this. And we're gonna see how this looks. We might have to change it, we'll see. I like these ones, but this one, like some of these are like a little bit too whatever. So instead of them being in the middle, I'm gonna push it back and add another little 30 keyframe here, because that'll make the speed not so fast. It'll help slow it down a little bit because it's going a little too fast for my liking. Now I'm debating on if I want to add a twitch or not. I feel like I don't, because I feel like this edit is like very soft, and I don't feel like a twitch would be very good. We're gonna add my exposure. So I use actually I use BCC radial exposure now instead of, I used to use just regular exposure, but I really like the way this looks. So I just add that to my clip, and then you're gonna go to center, and you're gonna hit the stopwatch. And I only put it up to like 0.5. Honestly, it depends, because sometimes it'll make it way brighter for certain videos, and then sometimes like this, I'm good with 1. But other times 1 is like too bright. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna copy this keyframe onto every single one of your beats, and then towards the end, close to the next keyframe, you're gonna put a keyframe at 0, and then you're gonna copy that and do the same thing everywhere. And then you're gonna select all of them, F9 on your keyboard to easy ease, and then you're gonna go to the graph editor, and you're gonna do a value graph, and you're gonna highlight all the bottom ones, only the bottom ones, and then you're just gonna drag them just a little bit so that way they're a little bit smoother. I'm gonna take it down to like 0.8. I don't like how bright that is, but you know, it's all up to preference. You don't have to do 0.8. You can do legit whatever number. You could do 5 if your heart so desired it. So now we're gonna do a little bit of a blur. So for directional blur, I don't do directional blur all that often, honestly, so we're gonna be trying this out together. But I'm gonna put this to like 25 for the blur length. I mean, I'm just gonna do the same way that I did the flashes. Maybe I won't make it as long, honestly. And then I'm gonna do the same graph. Like, the reason I'm not explaining this as much for this one is because I'm literally doing the same thing that I just did for the glow. Like, this is the exact same thing. This blur, not enough, like at all. I feel like we need to go to like 50. We need to be extreme. Okay, if you like shift click on each keyframe, you can just like select all the ones that you want to change. This is gonna be so much faster. And then you can just change them all at once to the same value. I feel like I want to bring it in a little bit, like maybe halfway between. But then I'm also gonna copy the 0 keyframe and put it closer to the end again. Similar to how we did the velocities for the ones that I wanted to change. I don't know if this is making sense, and I really hope it is. Okay, I might delete the directional blur, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan, but we'll see. I'm gonna add motion tile onto this clip, so that way, I don't know if y'all see those black lines there, but we're trying to get rid of those. So set the output width and height to 200. Put motion tile above the directional blur, and then do all those settings. Okay, so that's that. That's like the base of the edit. So now we're gonna do like a bunch of effects. That's why I chose this edit for the tutorial, because it has a lot of effects that I can show you guys. So my first tutorial, I do my zoom ins differently now versus how I did them in the first edit tutorial. So I'm gonna show y'all how I do it. So I'm gonna start with the scale on here. We're gonna take it in to like 115, and then we're gonna F9, we're gonna do a little bit of a graph. We're just gonna do a quick graph like this. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna right click in your timeline, new, and then null object, or you could do Control Alt Shift Y to add it. Trim it down to however long you want it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bottom clip, your original clip. Okay, this is gonna be hard to explain, so like bear with me. You're gonna click this little lasso. You should be on the parent and link. If you're not here, just click toggle switches / modes to switch between it, but make sure you're on the parent link thing. You're gonna take this lasso and connect it to the null. So basically what this does is now anything that you do on your null, it will do to your clip. It's kind of like an adjustment layer. If you know how an adjustment layer works, it's basically like an adjustment layer, except it can also move your clip, not just add effects onto it. It can move it around as well. So I love nulls. Ever since I learned how to use nulls, I've only recently started using them, but I cannot stop using them. They make everything so smooth. So then you're gonna keyframe at scale, and then you're gonna go to wherever you want the next keyframe to be. So like I'm gonna put it like here, a little over halfway, and we're gonna go backwards like by 15. So that would be 85. So we're gonna go to 85. So for the graph, I'm gonna do a graph similar to this, but we're gonna make it like, I guess the only way to describe it is tighter. So you're gonna drag this in and this in, and it should look like this. And basically, let me explain this. So the parts that are like this is slow. So this is gonna go like slow, and then here it's gonna go fast. As you can see, like it drops fast and then back to slow. So it's gonna look like really good. So it goes like boom, like you see, like boom, like, you know, and it looks good in my humble opinion. Okay, so now we're gonna do another null layer, and then you're gonna connect this first null layer to the next null layer. And then as you add more nulls, each null is just gonna be connected to the previous one until you finish. Pretty easy. I mean, I don't want to say like easy, but it's like once you get it, you get it. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go through and like do this. It's gonna be pretty boring because it's just same stupid old task over and over again. So it's not gonna be very interesting. So I'm just gonna like speed through this. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna turn off the audio because I don't know if this is copyrighted and I don't want to get copyrighted, but I'm debating on making it not so zoomed in because I feel like it's going in very far. I don't know, we'll think about it, but for now, I'm pretty happy with it. Hey guys, so it's actually like a week later. When I finished recording the last part that you just saw, I stopped editing because I started to not feel great, and then I was sick. I hadn't felt like getting back on my computer to like record an edit tutorial, but now I do. Now I'm back, better than ever. I think I ended off at the Zooms. Let me make sure. I cooked! Oh my gosh, I ate. Okay, so that's where I left off. Anyways, I don't really know what I want to do now. I guess we could add some Twitch shakes. Let's do that. That'll be fun. You'll right click on your timeline, new, and adjustment layer, or you could do Control Alt Y. I'm just going through and like splitting this adjustment layer on the beats. Okay, now we're gonna go into effects and presets, and you're gonna search for Twitch. And I'm gonna put it down to like 5. Like, I really don't want a big shake. I just want like a little tiny like, you know what I mean, like a little on the clip. So I'm just gonna take that and Control C to copy it, and then I'm just gonna paste it onto all of these adjustment layers. Also, this is like a little preset thing. Like, I forget where I downloaded this from, but it's not my preset, it's not my settings. I'll try to link it in the description. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna try. Now we're gonna do some effects. Fun. I don't really know what effects I want to add. Like, I don't know. There's so many I could do. We could do a little hue shift. I'll show you guys how to do a hue shift. You'll search in effects and presets, hue/saturation, and you'll put a keyframe, click the stopwatch on channel range, and you can start the hue like at 0. You can start it here. You can start it wherever you want. I like to start it at like 8. I mean, I have no number. I just like to pull it forward a little bit, and then drag your timeline thing to the end of where you want the hue shift to like go on till, and then spin it around. The more you add on, the faster the hue shift will go. So if I only did like this, it's gonna be such a depressing hue shift. Oh wait, actually that kind of ate, so this is awkward. Wait, that kind of ate, so like now this is kind of awkward because I was trying to prove my point. See, like that's so like depressing and like lame. But then if you do too much, it's like holy moly. See what I mean? Like that's just too much. We'll do here on this one. I think I want to do a little like black and white moment. So there's 2 ways you could do this. You could either like do it with the hue and saturation, like put that on the clip and then turn down your saturation all the way, or you could go here and search for tint and then put tint on your clip, and then boom, you're done. So here's what you can do with the tint. So like it's black and white and it's like, bro, that's so lame. If you click like the white or the black, whichever one you want, if you click the white, it'll change all the whites to like red. You can like change it to be like red or like purple or blue or like whatever your little heart desires. And then you can do like the same thing with the green. Like you can make the black, you can make all the blacks like red. Look at that. It's kind of ugly, but oh my gosh, I did blue and green. If you know, you know. Holy crap. We're gonna do change to color from blue to, okay, I almost did from blue to blue, so that would have been insane. Change to color is a pretty simple effect. From is like the original color, so like if you wanted to change the green to a different color, you'd select the green. If you wanted to change, I wanted to change the blue sky, so I selected the sky, which it also changes the color of my shirt since my shirt is like blue just like the sky, and it changes that color to whatever color you put in. So that's basically it. Here we can do a little turbulent displace. I include most of these effects I actually included in my original After Effects tutorial, so how I do my effects and stuff has not changed. The only thing that has changed is like my base of the edit. So I think my settings are like 125, 25, something like that. It's like 0 and 125, but then maybe it's like 100 here. Something like that. Something like that. And now I'm just doing a graph. This is a simple in graph. Cute. Okay, fine. That's okay. And then for this one, we can do this little effect where like one color stays and the rest of the colors are gone. To find that, I just search red. It's like colorized something, red hand tint, but I just search red. And boom, look at that. Our skin color, our red on our avatar is the only thing that is staying colored. But you can use like whatever color you want. So like if there was like purple, I could do purple, but I like to do blue a lot because it looks pretty cool. You could do green and it only leaves like the trees and the grass, but I think I'm gonna do blue because it's just so cool. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like this graph that I did here. It's so buns. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. I want to add an effect here because this intro feels a little like bland. I'm gonna do this little like x-ray effect. It's like, it's inverted. I don't know why I always call it x-ray. It just kind of looks like an x-ray to me, but it's just inverted. So like you could do this little invert and then put on a tint and it actually looks like an x-ray now, but I don't think I want to. You can also change the way that it like looks. So you could like do luminance or like lightness or saturation, which saturation looks insane. Like, you could do whatever you want, but luminance is pretty cool. Okay, cute. I feel like that's about all that I want to put. So I'm trying to keep it very simple, very quick. So now I'm going to select everything and I'm going to right click and pre-compose it. Now I want to add a ghost zoom. So I'm just going to go wherever I want the ghost zoom, which is like here. And I'm going to duplicate my clip using Control D. Now I'm going to search for ghost zoom. This is the same ghost zoom that I used in my first tutorial. It's also from B3 Lay. I still, like, it's been years. It's been 5 years and I still do not know how to say her name. So the opacity that I use usually changes just based on how I feel. I like to use sometimes 80, you know, that just makes it a little bit more aggressive. If you use like a lesser number, like if we do like 45, it's more chill. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. It's pretty normal. Next, I'm gonna take all this and we're gonna Control D, duplicate it again because it's gonna repeat. And you can also, I'm gonna flip it, so just like right click on the clip. Guys, by the way, oh my gosh, it's actually kind of embarrassing how long it took me to figure out how to do this.
I used to search for an effect in here. I used to literally use this effect called flip plus flop to flip my videos over the x-axis. Bro.
It's like actually so embarrassing. You literally just right click, transform, and flip horizontal. Like actually, I'm actually like embarrassed. Something else that you guys could do as well that I think is kind of fun is you could posterize this clip. Just do that and then put it down to like 15. It just makes the keyframes less. So like now it's 15 frames per second instead of like 60. I don't want it to be that laggy though. Like I want it to be laggy, but not like too laggy. And then I think I'm gonna do a little hue/saturation and turn down the saturation just a little bit. Now the last few steps are to add my coloring and my panning. We're gonna add another adjustment layer, Control-Alt-Y. And we're gonna add 2 because on this top one is gonna be where I put my panning. This bottom one is where I put my coloring. So I actually have my panning saved as a preset. All the presets that like I'm using, I'm gonna try to link them somehow, some way. I don't know, I'll probably do like a Google Drive link. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'll know how to. If I can figure it out, I will put them in the description so that way you guys can download them. So this is my panning. It's pretty simple. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty subtle, but it's like it just adds so much character, I feel like, to the edit. Like movement is very good in an edit. I love movement. Now for my looks or my coloring, I do use magic bullet looks, so you will need magic bullet looks for this. I'm very sorry guys, but this is my coloring that I like to use. I'll have it linked if you guys want to use it, but I do get a lot of questions about how I get my quality to be good. And I mean, it's just that, like, it's just my magic bullet looks. And like, I record on high quality on Roblox, like the highest. So these are my colorings. These are all the ones that I've made. So I have this one and this one. This is the one I usually use. I used to use this one all the time, but I like this one. I like the brightness of this one a lot better than this one. This one's just a little too dark. Sometimes I'll make a few changes to it if I need to. Like, I'll add an effect or like I'll change the settings. So that's what I use. And then I'll usually add a vignette. I like to put that on, and then I like to put it at like 75. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. That's like it actually. Now we just go render. So you go over to render queue and you grab your composition or whatever and you just drag it into the render queue. These are like my settings. These are just the default settings though, so copy them if you want, but I didn't change anything about them. Like there's nothing new about this, nothing special. You know, I'll show you everything if you're interested, but I'm pretty sure this is all the same. Okay, and then you like save it to wherever you want to save it. I'm just calling it smooth. And then also when you're rendering, make sure you have caps lock on because it's gonna disable the like refresh preview, and so while it's rendering you won't be able to see your edit up here, which will make it render faster because it's like trying to render it while also trying to let you see it, and you don't need to see it while it's rendering. So just if you do just like caps lock, it won't show you your picture. But yeah, once you're ready, just click render and then let her render. Okay, it's done. So let's watch the final edit together. It's pretty basic. I mean, I've definitely made better edits. Like, it's okay, but yeah, that's it. That's pretty much how you make a Roblox edit. That's how I make my Roblox edits. Yeah, there's obviously like other stuff that I do. Like, I do masking, I do other stuff, which my masking has changed. So let me know if you guys want like an updated masking tutorial, because I can definitely make one. I hope this tutorial was like helpful for you guys. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to like answer them and help you guys out. But also be sure to comment down below what other tutorials you guys want to see from me, because I want to get back into making tutorials for you guys to help you guys learn After Effects, but I just don't know tutorials to do. So I'm down to do any tutorial. So like if there's any effect that I did on my channel or that someone else did, let me know and I'll make a tutorial for it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so that way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.